Alright, I just want to show you how I'm getting the depth of this panel here. Right now, this will actually go in a little bit too deep. So what I do is take all the studs out that go around the bottom. I leave the ones at the top because it doesn't have to outline anything. So other than the ends, and this one doesn't, and that one does, and I've already got it set. So I take out all the other pins and then put in these nylon spacers. They won't ever rust, or they'll last a long, long time, rock solid. And so I've got one stud in it, and now one spacer in it. Push it in. I can see that's going too far. Pull it back out. Put another spacer on it. And that's about perfect right there. So I've got the spacer for that one right there. And then I'll just mark and leave that in that spot. And I'll take it out, then I'll do this one, then I'll do that one, work my way all the way around. Then I'll have all the spacers that need to go in it. Then I'll secure this thing on here. Then I can come in here and cut out my outline and blend this in, and it works like a champ. Well, now it's time to start on the doors. I've got your side wood finished, fitting very nicely all the way around. I've got the whatever little bit of skimming and sanding and stuff I've done around it, and then I've got it in epoxy, and it fits perfectly all the way around on both sides. So now I've got to do this side. I've got to put it up there, mark the holes, put the studs in, and then start working it in. But this went really, really good. The doors are going to be a little tricky due to the fact that it's got to open and close and strike right where it needs to be. Now all that time I spent in setting and building these doors, I put just a little bit of preload in them when I built them, so that they're actually pulled taut right where it is. That way, when all the way the glass and the wood and all that goes in, it's not going to settle in. It'll be just perfect. Then I set the gap at 5 millimeters all the way around for your door seal. So now I'm going to have to go in here and put some blocks in there. I put in some 5 millimeter blocks in there so that it strikes right there. I know the latch will work right there. I know the seal will work right there, and that's where I want it to shut at. That new seal is going to be ornery when it gets done, but ultimately it's got to have a home to where it can find, and that's going to be that 5 millimeter spot. So I'll put a spacer here, here, and here, and then get that where it shuts right there, and you can see that's just minimal amount of work to get that on there. I got both side back fit in place, and they fit like a glove now. They were kind of dictated where they had to go because of the way the wheelhouse was and the way the wood was made, and got those locked down. This front one, I can move it around a little bit, so I have been putting it up there and kind of moving it back and forth, and this epoxy is marking it, and I'm whittling it down. I'm trying to move and turn it a little bit like this, and it's working out great. And then I'm gonna get it. Then once I get that fit, then I'm gonna go in there and put the studs and inserts and all that on your passenger side door. And I'm putting these inserts in. I just wanted to show you how good they're going in. I've got every one of them in there with then a stainless steel stud, a zinc coated anchor. Then it'll go through and have this rubber pad, real thick washer, and then the lock nut on top of that. And that's how they'll all be in there. So I got my depth gauge set up on my cutting bit, and that's the depth I need to go. I check every one of them before I drill the hole to make sure it's thick enough, because it's quite a long ways into it. And then I've got the insert, and I just want to show you how good these little inserts go in after I do that. That is really screwed in there, solid. I can really torque that down. Now let me show you what that looks like. With that installed, now you can see how good of an insert that is. And I may even countersink that and pull it down just a little bit more. And the washer and the nut. That's how every one of them will be done with a spacer. I've been fabricating these spacers in here, and they'll stay in place. They'll stay in place once I get the depth set on it. After that little bit of time of going in there and removing those high spots where they were touching in there, I got all the studs in there and I got all the spacers made, and I just set it up on there and tightened it up, and it's a perfect fit. When it sets up on there, it actually strikes exactly where it needs to be before you even tighten it up. So you can see what I've got right here. So I've got it set to where I can use as much meat as there is available in this wood all out as far as it'll go and in line where it'll go with a minimal amount of work. So I've got the front where it's going to be just a slight cut and blend this here, blend this together. This gap's almost perfect. The gap down through there is almost perfect. So it just came out so good. So now all I got to do is start grinding down and make it fit. All right, I want to show you how good this is fitting before I even start grinding any wood off. Look right here at that. And look at that gap down through there. Now keep in mind I did do some work before we took it to Vegas, but where it is right now you can't even see the holes where I had it secured before. That's how much I've moved and manipulated it around. But it's just going to be minimum surfacing on it now, which will save a huge amount of time and give a much better fit. You can see the front. I'll just blend that front in. I'm just really excited about how well that fit.